Fear the Walking Dead, episode 411, The Code. That's the name of the episode. So this is a Morgan Jones episode. Hallelujah. One of my favorite characters off of The Walking Dead, the Black Ninja himself, Morgan Jones. So this episode starts off. He's dealing with the hurricane. Him and Alicia got separated the last time they were together. And she had her episode. She went, did her thing. So now they showing what Morgan did. Morgan, he ended up finding a semi-truck, an 18-wheeler. And the front was locked. But that was weird. Like the front was locked. Didn't look like anybody was in there. Where were the people? So he ends up getting in the back. And you can't close it all the way when you're in there. So he gets in. It's halfway open. But he gets shelter. They have a lot of supplies in there. So he's good for a little while. He finds Silas in there while the hurricane is going on. We find out it actually was a hurricane. So the bad weather is gone. He wakes up. He's in Texas. He wakes up in Mississippi. Okay. I'm from Louisiana. Hurricane outside. Louisiana roads. If you see any of my vlogs or you follow me on Snapchat or anything, you see me riding down the road and I'm talking to the camera. You see, that is Louisiana roads. So you mean to tell me he fell asleep in the back of the semi-truck with the door halfway open, so it would be flapping on the highway, sleeps through a hurricane across bumpy ass Louisiana roads all the way to Mississippi. That is a coma. That is some sleep for your ass. I don't care how good sleep you got, what kind of drugs you I think somebody would wake up. But that's my only little gripe. He ends up in Mississippi. He gets at the truck stop. So at the truck stop, he's just looking around. He's like, damn, I'm in Mississippi. So he finds and stuff, but then somebody talks to him on the walkie-talkie, the radio, or whatever. You find out who that is towards the end of the episode. But he ends up with the people in this episode is a cat that's going to be in a wheelchair and his twin sister. There's a white dude and a black girl. A black dude and a white girl. And so they say they're twins. And if, for my old heads, the dude in the wheelchair that's Chill. If you know who Chill is, House Party. The first House Party. Chill was the one that had the drunk dude that was dancing, and he spun around and he fell. Chill was the homeboy that was with him. So Chill from House Party, he's on The Walking Dead, so I like that. But he holds a gun up to Morgan and stuff, and he's not trusting Morgan, whatever. You know how people are in the Walking Dead universe. But they end up being charitable to Morgan. They help him out. Morgan says he wants to go to Virginia. He wants to go meet Rick and them. But he wants to backtrack. He wants to go meet his people in Texas. He wants to go help them out and bring them to Virginia with him. So they send him off on his way. He gets supplies. At first when I was watching the episode, I was like, well, he was going to Virginia, and then maybe he felt guilty, and then he went back to Texas, but it's the opposite. He was going to Virginia, and no, he was going to Texas, and then when he got towards the bridge, he was like, you know Morgan always has hang-ups with people and stuff. He's kind of crazy in the mind, so he like, no. He got scared. He's just scared of letting people down and just thinks that he gonna bring negativity with him things gonna be worse with him than without him. So he turns around. So the people, he hits them up like, y'all want to go to Virginia, like planned. The bridge is out and stuff. They know something up because they know the roads and the bridge wasn't out. But on the way going to meet them, he meets another character, Jim. And Jim is a brewer. He makes beer. And he's running through the field. He has been abducted and stuff. Morgan saves him. And they end up striking out together to go meet up with the other protagonists. Come to find out that the first protagonists in the episode are the ones that strung him up. Of course. So they aren't who they seem to be. They aren't these charitable people that are helping people along the road, leaving boxes of supplies. They stole his truck. So they left him on the side of the road. I hope whoever this cat is winds up being alive, or you see him in future episodes, but I really doubt it. But I would like to see who this charitable person was. But so Morgan ends up getting tied up with the beer man. They tied him up because they wanted to know his beer recipe. They wanted to find out how to make the beer. And he's an interesting character. He has like scientific methods and stuff towards his beer. Like, we going back in time, man. Beer has always driven civilization and stuff. And when he started talking about it, it did make a lot of sense. A lot of things did progress because of beer in fermentation, in whatever you call it, making the beer and stuff. So farming, in science of brewing it, and this and that and that and that, in trade and all this stuff did do a lot because of beer. Like America, they what was I can't think of the name, prohibition and stuff. There's a lot of beer and stuff, so there's a lot. Beer help. I don't drink beer. I don't drink beer or alcohol or anything. But let me I'm going on my tangent. So they end up getting stuck. Morgan ends up falling down the levee, or whatever you want to call it. Jim accidentally bumps him down. He falls into it with a bunch of walkers. And we want to assume everybody, if you living in these days, you can handle yourself. But everybody hasn't been through what Morgan and Rick and them has been through, and the Fear the Walking Dead cast. Like, you can drop them off anywhere and they kind of make it out. If they have some weapons or something to their disposal, they can kind of make it out. Everybody isn't like that. Everybody isn't tough like that. So they want to go help Morgan. They like, and they like, I'm gonna tell y'all how to get to Virginia, but y'all gotta come help me. And they like, okay. Then they think about it, like, who's going down there and get them? Like in the Walking Dead universe, like Daryl can go down there, clear them all. Like Rick could have went down there, cleared them all. Carol could have went down there, cleared them all. Everybody could have went kind of single-handedly and cleared them off by some kind of method. None of them could do it. So Morgan is stuck in a rock and a hard place. He's having a come to Jesus moment, man. He's chilling, talking to himself, and coming to terms with what he did and how his acts have been cowardice. Like, I like that about the episode, man. Just him having a moment of reflection and seeing things that he did. So he winds up getting out of there because he's stuck on top of a truck. But he jumps off the truck. He finds a knife. He gets out of there. He picks up a sign. Hey, that's the most gangster part of this episode, man. When he picked the sign up, it's a big old sign and he picks it up. Hell, he starts tearing their ass up with that sign, man. Hey, so he makes it out, and he's back to walking. Man, you gotta be tough, dog, to walk in the mud and go through state lines and stuff, and make it through the night, and this in the open, in the elements with walkers, and he did that all the way past Texas and in Phoenix and stuff, and now he's doing that again. Like, Morgan a tough mother sucker, man. But he winds up meeting with the people again, and you told us the wrong directions. That's not how to get to your settlement in Virginia or whatever. So they almost made it all the way there, and they're like, it wasn't what they thought because he told them the wrong direction. But whenever they meet up again, Morgan, he kind of gets through to him. He like, look, y'all stole the original dude truck. He was trying to do something positive, and his stuff did help people because it helped me out. And we're gonna start doing that again, and we're gonna help people. And I'll bring y'all to the civilization. We're gonna do whatever, but we're gonna start doing this right. So I like that about Morgan. He's becoming more human and trying to be helpful. But whenever people do that in this universe, they usually die. But so they're going back towards Texas to pick up the troops and head back out. But towards the end of the episode, we find who the first person was talking on the radio. And this bitch is batshit crazy. So next episode, they're gonna see who this woman is, and a lot of the other cast. I don't know if a lot of the other cast, but some of the other cast will jump back into the episodes. That's gonna be good. But we're gonna see who this female character is, this black lady with the dreadlocks. She's crazy as hell. Overall, this episode, it was pretty good, man. Just like the traveling and going. This is one of the first episodes, like other than like the Morgan episode, well, probably one of the first episodes where they went state to state in one episode. Like in Fear the Walking Dead, they have traveled, but they have did it like piece by piece and stuff. Like they went through Louisiana and went through Mississippi and Texas and back and forth. And the other people went to Virginia. They didn't show it, but they went towards there and all the way. Like there was a lot of traveling in this episode. So seeing people move across the states in these elements, that's a nice touch. And me being from Louisiana, they did have one little moment that I liked on the episode because they was like, man, the roads were flooded from Beaumont to Lafayette. I don't live in Lafayette, but Lafayette is like 45 minutes away from me. Like, if I go to the mall or something, that's where I went, to Lafayette. So it's always nice to see like little local areas. Like True Detective Season 1, watch True Detective Season 1. And you see all those places, that's my area. Like, that's where I'm from. Like, those parishes and stuff. You see all the trees and the hick towns and stuff. That's where I'm from. True Detective Season 1. But, like, comment, subscribe, gonna be the greatest and the most hated. Holla at your boy. What are your thoughts on the episode, man? What are your thoughts towards this season? Do you like it? What's going to happen in the season? Do you think they're going to wind up getting towards Virginia in this season? You think everybody's going to go? We'll see. Peace out.